What's good, y'all? We back. Two streams today. Yeah, we was here 5:30 in the morning. We got to sneak this one in today. So that's why I always tell y'all, man, listen, cut your notifications on. Monday through Friday, we are here 6 a.m. every morning. Saturday, Sunday, we here in the morning as well, but normally a little bit later in the morning. And randomly, you will get me checking in the afternoons and sometimes the evenings. Hell, this Saturday coming up, I'm gonna be on in the evening as well to probably recap Hitman's event. Hitman versus Miss Hustle is going down. Make sure y'all get y'all pay-per-views. But I'm back this afternoon because I want to talk about a couple things, man. What do we got here? We got Young Thug. Is he headed back to jail? All right, we seen what's going on with his situation. Miss Fanny is not playing no games, man. What's her name? Fannie Willis, man. That girl ain't about no games, be like, I don't know if it's clout. I mean, she could be trying to climb up the corporate ladder. We did see a lot of her from the YSL trial. She's got her reputation, but this situation right here with Young Thug, is it justified? We're gonna peer into that a little bit. I got some stuff to bring up on the screen with that one. I also want to talk about Ja Morant. All right, he's in trouble again, getting investigated by the NBA. I also want to talk about Hitman Holla's event, like I mentioned. Make sure y'all get y'all pay-per-view for this Saturday. But he had a battle on there. Chayna Ashley versus Av. That's not going down. Um Y'all know I still got like that league on the side of me, right? So we're gonna talk about it. And also, it's not in the title, but maybe we'll touch briefly on Adam 22 coming out and saying that the No Jumper podcast is broke. Maybe we'll talk about that briefly. But all right. We're gonna start with the Young Thug situation. Y'all see the thumbnail, right? I know there's a lot of intelligent people on this podcast, man. And I put OJ Simpson there because I feel like OJ Simpson is the person that comes to mind, at least for me personally, the fastest when I think about just sit your ass the fuck down. You see that right? That spot right there? Sit there, stay there, don't move, and everything will be okay. Sit the fuck still. He's the prime example of that. Why? Because of all the things that we get in trouble in the world, right? As kids, you might have broke the lamp, slap on the wrist, sit down for a second, go to your room. You want timeout, spanking, punishment, whatever your parental style is, right? A little bit later in life, you're driving too fast, driving a little reckless, you wilding out, drinking all that wild shit that we do when we younger. You have a little accident, damn, fuck my car up, but everybody's safe. You probably stop speeding a little bit, right? You calm the fuck down, right? Maybe you're Young Thug and you tweet shit that maybe you shouldn't tweet. It's like, damn, look, she wants to put me back in jail. But OJ is above all of that. OJ beat a murder. And none of y'all think that OJ Simpson is innocent. None of y'all. Look at the Chappelle skit. Remember the Chappelle shit? You know what I'm saying? He said he's more of a victim blamer. Remember that skit? You know what I'm saying? When he talk about Michael Jackson, he's defended him. He's like, what you mean? Like showing his people a good time. They come over, they ride giraffes, they ride his amusement park rides and all that shit, try to get a little Jimmy some neck or whatever. Shit, that's a good host. Remember the Chappelle skit? You know what I'm saying? But if we talk about people like OJ, everybody turns and folds in and say, yeah, come on, son. Why else does Johnny Cochran have the reputation that he has? Because everybody knows the man was guilty. That's how it goes. And they came back for him. What did we all say? They overcharged the man for what he did to the Cold Crush, right? What was he? Well, I mean, I was younger, but what did he get caught up on? Stealing back his own shit? It's like, if you beat a murder because y'all pulled the little glove move, you beat a murder on that shit damn near, right? I'm not even jaywalking. I'm overpaying at the supermarket. If my fucking receipt says $5, I'm paying $6. I'm overpaying my taxes. Uncle Sam says I owe him, you know what I'm saying, $80,000. I'm sending 80,500. Like, I'm not playing with nothing if I beat a murder. Real shit. This is what I mean by sit your ass the fuck down. You go through certain shit and then you learn and you say, damn, that was a close one. I almost lost my life. I almost lost my freedom. I almost lost my career. I almost lost a family member. I almost lost this. I almost lost that. And you change up, right? You learn a little bit. The best way to learn from some mistakes is from learning from other people. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'd have made the same mistake multiple times before, right? But I never got charged with no fucking murder, beat it, and then went and got my ass into some robbery situation. Come on. So this is why I don't know how y'all feel, but I look at Young Thug and it's a little bit of a letdown. Now I get it. As we start to look at this, a lot of people's gonna say, yo, whatever happened to freedom of speech? Do you want me to start there? Let me tell you something about freedom of speech as I understand it. Shout out to the attorneys that be in the chat and in the comments and in my DMs once again. DW, what up? Creech, what? Shout out to all the attorneys that be around, right? Every time I talk about some legal shit, the homie now, that's you the homie now, whether you know it or not, DW. DM me and you give me game and you teach me and I'm learning. Let me tell you something I understand about freedom of speech, though. Freedom of speech absolutely is something that we all are going to walk strong on top of here in America, right? But if I sign off on some settlement terms in regards to um the things I'm supposed to be able to talk about, like let's say publicly on a podcast, hypothetically, or let's say um I take a guilty plea deal where there's charges and a DA that's trying to put me away from murder and all this type of stuff. You think that I want to talk about anybody within the judicial district that was after me publicly? Whether I'm purposefully doxing, being sarcastic, whether it is a threat, whether I'm using my little tweet as a little initiative to send people at the person, whether I'm just trying to expose the person. You got to understand, even though we live here in America, there are times where your shit is under the microscope and it's scaled back. Y'all might be right here in this chat cursing up a storm with me. Go ahead and walk into your corporate America 9 to 5 office. Are you cursing and talking the same there? No, there's times where you can't just talk how you want to talk and just say, oh, freedom of speech. Nobody here is walking up to their boss today and saying, fuck you, pay me. Just freedom of speech, though. It ain't about nothing. Try it. And then come back to the chat and let me know how that worked out for you. So, everybody that's sticking up for Young Thug talking about freedom of speech, be a little bit more logical based on the circumstances. Okay. He has some very unique circumstances. But this was the tweet that set it all off. Biggest liar in the DA office. Okay. This person is supposed to be remaining anonymous. This person is supposed to be remaining undercover, so to speak. Her identity, her face isn't supposed to really be out there like that, right? Pretty much, she's a unidentified informant slash detective slash she's working, right? But she's not working like a snitch. She's employed by the courts. Okay. So when we heard the audio come out the other day, when somebody in that recorded wiretap says, yeah, you know what's going on. Them folk got tickets on people's heads. And they saying that was in relation to Lil Baby, right? The whole gang war that his team is allegedly in, right? This was the person that was on the stand, but they weren't allowed to record her. That was of even the judge's instructions. Don't record her. They're trying to keep her identity a secret. She's on some Donnie Brasco shit. Okay. Now, once again, we know that there's people that attend these court hearings, and yeah, they may have cameras in. That's how footage like that comes out. That's how that type of footage comes out, right? Sometimes the media is allowed in. You got people that even just come out and they just tweet what's going on. Like shout out to Inner City whatever Twitter that we all follow, right? He's the one that was giving us the updates on the K Flock case, and they put her out there, and Young Thug, to have the following that he has, posts her biggest liar in DA office. Seems kind of genius to me, right? Now, all right, now let's peer a little bit more into this. Now, Thugger Daily you can't claim responsibility for this Twitter because you could easily say that that's not him. But still, it's in his name, and which is why the DA and people like Miss Fanny is going to say his influence. Because the Thugger Daily account turns around and says, all my homies hate Viverito. Now you post a full body picture of her and everything. She got her titties done, at least in this picture, right? Either that is a nice bro. Now the separation there looks like she got her titties done. She's very curvaceous. We see here. She could be on some Instagram model type shit, looking at the picture and lining y'all niggas up like that. She looks to be like an attractive woman here in these pictures, right? But either way, Thug puts her on blast. Now you're gonna have people that say, I already knew who she was. There was already videos out about her. But the person that gets blamed is the fucking amplifier, is the person that puts the biggest light on it. Like, for example, Tasha K got sued by Cardi B, right? I'm pretty sure there was other bloggers in the whole YouTube hemisphere that was saying the same shit that she was saying, but she's got this big platform and this loud voice. So Cardi B says, I need you. I want you. It's no different than how the DA is going to look at it and say, okay, maybe you could show me videos that came out prior. Maybe there was pictures of her before, but Thug amplifying it, Thug's voice, Thug's following. And then it gets deeper than that because this post right here pretty much, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, pretty much summed up a lot, and this was the audio once again.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's gonna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed.
And who were they?
Okay. She's up there doing her job, but the footage didn't come out with her face. At least not this footage. That's her job, people. Look, me, I'm a taxpaying civilian, so I follow the good guys and the bad guys, right? You don't be mad at the good guys unless you're a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her job. That's her fucking job, right? Now, if we keep looking a little bit more into the details behind this, Atlanta gang investigator Marissa Viverito testifies on wiretaps allegedly proving Lil Baby's alleged involvement in murder for hire plots. Now, we definitely was going to end up following her or hearing her name more if this RICO or this indictment ends up landing on 4PF or Lil Baby or both, right? Because her name started to get some legs behind that footage coming out. Okay. For all you know, people might go after the person that put that footage. For every channel that's playing that footage, it's all coming from the same source. But I think that person is like press. And I'm not trying to put him out there like that. It's just clear. It's clear. Right. It's even gotten like kind of inscription over the screen a little bit to show that this is like my footage. And everybody is tracing back to that same video. But let's start to look a little bit more at the effect. Now, this once again, Thugger Daily can't blame Thug directly for it, but they're doing it on his behalf. These are the posts from random people that the state is blaming Thug for. Okay. So somebody, whoever this person is, this internet troll or this young Thug fan or somebody that is that invested, post up, if the hate is really real, then pull up to her mama crib. And the picture is cut off here, but this is Zillow, where the address would have been right underneath here. So I believe the full post has the woman's mother's address. Now, this person's a fucking idiot. This guy you definitely not helping young Thug by put it this way, clout chaser. If you really was on some gangster shit, which you ain't, this person, but if you really was, then DM it or get it to Thug privately. You posted this anyway. So that's that. People don't even post people's addresses and shit publicly, whether you think you're into it with them or not. Because if something happens to them, if they trip and fall over a fucking candy wrapper, you can get blamed, you can get sued, you can get brought up on charges for this shit. Don't post people's addresses. Don't post where people or their families laid it. Don't do it. If you got a problem with somebody, you know their address, go fucking handle your business. Don't post this shit up on social media. And if you some groupie that thinks that you helping the celebrity or young thug, look, the DA is using it. You're actually helping him opposite. You're hurting him. Good job. You helped a lot. And it continues. Like, here's another one from Daredevil season 4. Snake Fang. I will personally make sure Fannie Willis is assassinated. That's a death threat. That's a death threat. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Young Thug fans that do not like Fannie Willis. But this is the fair channel over here, people. If you're Fannie Willis, how would you feel if you woke up and you had tweets in your direction like this? I bet you would want to take issue with the source. Who instigated this? Why are people tweeting my mother's crib or Melissa Beverito's mother's crib and tweeting me death threats? And it just winds up as evidence on why they're trying to violate this man's probation. Once again, good job. Continuing. This is the actual paperwork. Oh, let's go to Young Thug real quick, too. His attempt to clean things up. This had to be a phone call from Brian Steele. This had to be, because listen, you know Brian Steele is over there like, nigga, it's hard. He didn't say nigga, but as hard as me and my team just worked just to get you outside. People be thinking that you beat the case. No, you took a guilty plea. As it pertains to charge, yada, 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 yada. How do you plead? Guilty. As it pertains to charge, yada, 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 yada. How do you plead? Guilty. That was Young Thug in court, right? But he at least worked out a situation where he's able to be outside, walk off this next 15 years, which seemed like a revolving door, which seemed to a lot of people like a fucking trap and a setup. But still, at least you're outside. At least you're outside, right? So under these terms, you know, Brian Steele is looking at it like these type of tweets. Did you see? They didn't want you to even tie your shoelaces left before right. They don't want you in Atlanta. They don't want this. They don't want that. And he called that man and said, unless you want to pay me some more attorney fees or retainer fees, stop this shit. Stop this shit. I was about to sit. I asked when I was getting locked up if they could sit me in the same cell as you. And here, what was it, like a month ago, 2 months ago? How long has Doug been out? It's about 2 months, right? Something like that. About 2 months. Yeah. So this is Doug trying his best to retract. I don't make. He misspelled. He left out the H. Threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love. Cool tweet, Mr. Slat. Cool tweet, a very necessary tweet, I guess. At least to have the trolls of the world, the groupies of the world that want to tweet property addresses on your behalf, at least to tell them to stop, right? But looking at the paperwork, where's the
District Attorney Fannie Willis?
Now we get back to her in a second. We'll get back to Fannie in a second. All right, let's take a look at this. State files a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State, Georgia. State of Georgia, Jeffrey Williams. Comes now the state of Georgia by and through the undersigned counsel and moves this honorable court to immediately revoke the probation of defendant Jeffrey Williams. The defendant has demonstrated a blatant disregard for the law, the safety of witnesses, and the integrity of judicial proceedings. The state submits the defendant's continued presence in the community under probationary supervision presents a clear and present danger to public safety and undermines the rule of law. All right. On Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, amplified. It's funny, I didn't read this fucking part right here before I used that earlier. Amplify. I swear on everything. Young Thug amplified this act by reposting the image with a caption, Marissa Viverito is the biggest liar in the DA's office. I didn't see him put her name, but anyway. This post quickly went viral, amassing over 2 million views with thousands of comments and retweets, many of which included direct threats to the investigator Viverito and her family. Direct threats. As a direct consequence of these social media posts, Viverito's home address and her parents' home address were publicly posted, exposing them to grave danger. See Exhibit A. One post stated, if the hate is really real, then pull up to her mama crib alongside a photograph of her mother's residence. See Exhibit A. Hours later, an additional post emerged threatening the assassination of District Attorney Fannie Willis. See Exhibit B. The escalation from targeting a testifying witness to making a direct threat against the elected district attorney of Fulton County is a grave and unprecedented attack on the justice system. Great job. Pattern of intimidation and court undermining. Pattern. This is not an isolated incident. It is part of a calculated campaign of intimidation, harassment, and misinformation designed to undermine the legal process. Social media has been used as a tool to manipulate public perception, spread misinformation, and instill fear. These efforts have also included attempts to exploit the court's perceived stance of disdain towards the state by referring to Your Honor as YSL Whitaker. Because people think that the judge in the YSL case was the judge that came in second, right? Was lenient to a degree, or I would say respect the Young Thug's plight, right? Maybe that's the best way to put it. But now they're calling her YSL Whitaker. Now, of all the stuff that we read, I think from a logical standpoint, if you're on that side of the team or the side of the game, yeah, they're building a great premise here. This last part, though, can be thrown out. Like, don't overinflate this shit, YSL Whitaker. Like, come on, cut it out. I seen posts once upon a time when I did a video with Norbs that said you can't spell Norbs without the RBE. And then people say, oh, yeah, he's working with RBE. Shut up. Get a fucking life. Don't overinflate. This ongoing manipulation of public perception through social media is intended to obstruct justice, silence witnesses, and threaten those who enforce the law. Before we watch Fannie Willis's video, people, I will say that why is my fucking why is my chat messed up? My bad, y'all. So there we go. I had to put something in there so I could read my chat again. People, let's be real, man. A lot of us fuck with Young Thug. I fuck with Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wishing no bad on the man. Like I said, he sat down, kept his mouth shut. He looked like he was willing to roll with the punch, however it went. Left, right, good, bad. He played by the game. He played by the rules. He sat there like a man, him and his team. They attacked it the right way, and he won himself, you could say, his freedom. Even though he's on probation, he won himself his freedom. That's not to be hated on by me. I know there's people that despise him. Maybe people have personal things, family member or whatever. That's different. I'm not speaking from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all these super duper facts or whatever. I'm outside looking in guy. But I don't got no issue with the man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have listened to him for years. But the spade is being called. This was stupid as shit. And the things that they're outlining there, they would apply. Because from him, something that goes viral and gets all these retweets and does 2 million views on its own within, hours or whatever. Yeah. People will now look at this person and say, oh, she's not credible. Or people will learn who she is and she will be further exposed. Her job will be compromised. Even this case that she's up there testifying for in relation to that 4PF shit and the wiretap audio that she was playing, right? Like that could be claimed to be tainted simply because if you just got released, why do anything that would attack anybody from the same district court? Anybody, I would never have anything to say about even a police officer from Georgia. Leave it alone. Little baby's your man, but there's other ways to support him. Let's play what Fannie is talking about.
Attorney Fonnie Willis.
What our motion is concerned about is that we certainly believe that his post was to threaten law enforcement, which is all part of gang activity.
Jeffrey Williams' attorney Brian Steele told me by phone it is never appropriate to be engaged in any type of witness intimidation. It is never appropriate to threaten to murder another person. The prosecution's motion to revoke Jeffrey's probation should not be well received and should be swiftly rejected. It is irresponsible to file a motion of this sort when Jeffrey has done absolutely nothing, Steele said, to violate any condition of probation or threaten a witness.
We know that it is clear to Mr. Williams that the intent of the district attorney is to stop gang activity in Fulton County, Georgia. We believe the judge's order is clear, and that this is an intentional violation.
District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
What our motion is concerned.
I mean, pretty obvious, right? In summary, to wrap this piece up, I would say this. Do I believe that Young Thug deserves to be violated for this and for his terms to be trashed and his backloaded years to now be invoked? No. Fuck no. Fuck no. The tweet says biggest liar in the DA court or district, whatever, right? Stupid it was. Sit your ass in the corner and chill the fuck out. You just came home, is what the thoughts would be. Yes, it does invoke fans and can it disrupt court process? I'm pretty sure they could make justifications to say yes, right? The aftermath of it, I think that Fulton County and Fannie Willis, obviously, they take big issue with it. He doesn't deserve to lose his freedom, or at least from being outside for this. He doesn't. But if this was not a fucking reminder, I mean, people's already looking at his probation like, dude, you got to do this thin ice shit for 15 fucking years. Once again, he's been outside for like 2 months or something like that. If you can't stop yourself from tweets like that and you're only 2 months removed, this is going to be a very tough 15 years. And hopefully, same way I started the stream, we go through things and we sometimes learn, oh shit, car accident, no more driving 120, right? Hopefully he sees Fannie Willis and all these people up here talking about, oh, we want his freedom taken. We want him down for this. Hopefully he gets by this. I don't think it'll go too far. But then he realized, like, damn, it's really that sensitive for me. Yeah, it is. That's why your probation terms were that fucking crazy. Your plea agreement terms are that fucking crazy. Yes. It is that sensitive, dude. I think he's already got enough money. I think he can continue to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. If not just from his prior work, his prior catalog, but even new catalog, given his status and what he just went through, everybody's listening. People gonna be tuned into him forever. All he gotta do is stay away from the fuck shit, the fuck people, and the fuck situations. Go pull yourself up to an island, make your music. Even 6ix9ine stays in fucking trouble, but at least 6ix9ine knows where the areas to get away from. So we see him in Florida now, but we see him a lot overseas in all these remote places. What does he do? He just brings like 5-6 women with him and goes parks up on some fucking little whatever hut resort, not a hut, but you know, some palmy looking shit for the next 7 months and makes his money. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine is still rich than a lot of your favorite rappers, richer than, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug don't got to go to that death because Young Thug, the people still put the roses on the ground that he walks over. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to go into hiding. But from the social media standpoint and the things you put yourself around, just leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. You caught a nice break. Leave it alone. All right. Ja Morant or Chayna and Hitman? Let's go Chayna and Hitman. Well, let me see some of these comments that start to come up. What was the Chayna just had a kid, but I don't think she's gonna no show. Okay. All right, yeah, so let me start like this, right? Yeah, let's go to this topic. I've personally done business with Chayna Ashley before, and from my engagements with her in the past, my interactions with her in the past, as well as respecting her as an artist. She's very talented. I don't got no disrespect for her at all, if that's what people were waiting for. I don't got no disrespect for Shayna at all. But this is just a foul situation. It just looks bad for battle rap. Let me go to the side of favoring for Shayna as far as circumstances that are unknown to everybody before I get to the negative side, the bad side. Let's say Shayna was in the hospital with a new child. Congratulations. Let's say she was close to somebody that was having a bad situation, maybe in the hospital. We pray for her then. We send her the best wishes, right? Here's the thing, though. The thing is that we're kind of at a point in life where it's hard for people to believe that there's no room for that simple of communication, right? It's just hard to believe, right? People are so glued to their phones. A 3-word text message is 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Unlock. I should have got the little fingerprint. Text my homie. I'm gonna text Holla. I'll text Holla. Okay, Holla. Emergency came up. Will call in 2 weeks. Can't make event. I think that was less than 10 seconds. I think it was. Right. I really texted to him. I really did. His number's not there. Just said I really did text that, right? And there's a typo at the end. I really did text it. That's how fast, right? Here's another thing that doesn't look good. Hitman did a Spaces yesterday, right? He was talking about his battle for tomorrow, and they asked him about Shayna, and he said, "I paid the deposit. As far as I'm concerned, from a business standpoint, from a league owner standpoint, the battle's on. Nobody tried to give me my money back. Nobody called me and told me nothing different. You know what I'm saying? I signed a contract. I have a contract with this person. I got to stand on my battle is happening, right?" Bloggers heard that space yesterday, picked it up, and ironically, Shayna gives a text message to, I believe, the boss today. Ironically, the same way that little quick the timing just looks so bad. It's just like I'm being as respectful as possible because a lot of us fuck with Shayna, right? A lot of us fuck with Shayna. So I'm being as respectful as possible. But that shit looked too ironic. Like, oh, the controversy came yesterday. Hitman mentioned stuff in the spaces yesterday about calling his lawyer. Guy got expensive lawyers, just like a lot of people of his profile that have already done work for him before. Read over his contracts for him and shit. Like, he mentioned that in the space. And then ironically, 24 hours later, you finally get this text you've been looking for. When was the face source? The face source was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So even then, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I believe the boss got a quick text. Can't make the face off like the night before, I believe. So like, let's say the face offs was Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. I believe they say they got a text message like at night, like Friday, like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. I got a text like last minute, with no explanation. And people, even when you're in business with somebody, nobody is saying that you got to give somebody your personal like, I'm getting a fucking BBL or I'm fucking getting a breast reduction or I'm getting a facelift. or I'm fucking I'm getting my left toe removed. Like, you don't gotta be personal, right? Especially if it's something serious that you just don't want to be out there. People don't even trust the world. The battle rap word gets around, people turn into angles. I get it. I get it. But nobody needs that as a league owner. People just need to know, am I losing my money? Are we battling? Are you making the press conference? Are you making it to the battle? That's really all people be needing. Like, you'd be surprised. We're willing to just take that. Yo, I'll be there. Like, I got some shit going on. I had that happen to me. Sway done did that to me before. Yo, got some shit going on. You know, I'll be there. I'll talk to you about it later. I don't even know the details. I just know that he's going through something. I was just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the details unless you want to tell me the details. Because you want to know what's crazy, people? Let me step off of Chayna for a second. It comes down to people just not respecting battle rap at that level, because y'all can't convince me that people would treat their 9-to-5 bosses the same. That's a business arrangement. You're hired to get paid a certain amount of money and deliver a certain type of service, right? But that's your consistent check that you're doing 365, that you're paying your bills with, that you're relying on, that maybe you're getting your benefits from. Got it. Some of y'all didn't get in the middle of getting arrested. Hey, let me make a phone call. You get a phone. There's certain numbers that you got to remember hard, right? Maybe wifey, or some of y'all ladies, y'all boyfriend or whatever, your husband or whatever. Them critical numbers, dial 777-654-2323. You sitting there handcuffed and shit on speaker, put on speaker. Hey, bae, I'm getting locked up right now. Hey, call my boss. Tell him it's an emergency. Tell him our son is in the hospital, or yeah, my uncle just died, and you know what I'm saying, I'll get at you and call the boss, call this, because you would never treat your 9-to-5 boss like that. But at the end of the day, it's business. You're in partnership once you sign contracts, and people are so communicative. I think that's the word. When it's deposit time, deposit be received, there'd be no talk, there'd be no promo, there'd be no communication, there'd be no explanation, there'd be no nothing. I had similar situations. It just feels so ironic where somebody had my money, nobody knew what was going on, and then I put out a video, like the same way Holla put out the spaces yesterday. Bloggers pick it up, and then people, it's like, if that was the reason why a text message came today, which is 2 days before the event, right? It's not even time to replace the battle. If that's what that means that you're tapped in. It means that you're close enough to your phone to either listen to that space yourself, look at some tweets, look at some Instagram posts, maybe somebody texts you, whatever. Once again, this is with all due respect, because there really could be an emergency going on. But all it takes is, yo, don't think I'm going to be able to make the battle. My bad. We're going to figure out the deposit. Holla would be a clown to come out there and spaz. Well, he wouldn't be a clown, actually, because he signed a contract, so that's within his right, too, to be honest. But he wouldn't. Most league owners won't, because they don't want to look like the bad guy. We don't want to look like the bad guy. If I got that text that says, yo, man, a family emergency came up, I actually got that before. I had a battle rapper. I have the screenshots of it. This battle rapper text messaged me that something was going, and I'm not talking about Jag, all right? I'm talking about somebody told me, because you know he'll get you. I had a battle rapper text me some stuff about it. Actually, more than one. I have the screenshots of it more than once, about their child. In both cases, it was a son. One was a hospital situation, and another one was something else that was kind of like recreational, right? Use their son. One was 1000%, we all know, publicly lying to me. And the other one, the way it was explained in it, I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. The other one, the way it explained it to me in the text message was so fucking, did you premeditate typing that? Because that don't make no sense. And I'm not going to give you this energy like, fuck you, nigga, you's a full of shit ass, bitch ass nigga. I read it. I saved it. You know what I text him back? It's all good, man. Good luck with your son. Hope everything works out. Hey, we'll figure this out, man. Don't worry about it. We'll resituate it. And that's how it went. You didn't hear from me publicly. Nobody knows what I'm talking about right now. Nobody. I got some form of communication that let me understand what was going to happen with my money and what was going to happen with my battle. That was somebody that was telling me there was a health and a serious situation going on with their son, i.e. a critical situation. I'll give you more. I'll use me personally right now. My man Aunt B, I love you, man. Not Aunt D from RBE. My man Aunt B. His sister's on hospice right now. You know what hospice is? Google it. I've been trying to stay close to this man, yet give him a little bit of space. Call him. He don't pick up sometimes. He's where he needs to be. Right? Maybe a day go by, 2 days might go by, might get a phone call return. Or I might not get a phone call return, or I might get a text message. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, things is tough, but thank you. I'm holla at you. I know you're alive. Let me know if there's something I could do. I get it. The man's sister is on hospice right now. I get a form of communication back. I have another one for you. My goddaughter. This is my man. I say names. I wish I would come on camera and lie on my fucking god kids or my friends' names and all that shit. I say names on purpose. My man Aaron. It's all over my Instagram. His daughter's my goddaughter. She's been in and out of the hospital. Thank God she's doing much better and everything's flattening out. But while she was in and out of hospital for like a 2-3 week process, Godfather's right there. Hey, man, what's up, man? Now I know you tending to your daughter. So when I call, you're not supposed to be able to always pick up and you busy, you got other shit going on, other kids, family, work, all that type of shit, a wife, all this shit. Hey, you can't pick them up. Cool. I might get a text message, but he has the nerve, pun intended, air quotes, to get me some communication back. Whether a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I've been in certain boats, certain situations where I was going through shit. People might, hey man, you all right? Even if I don't want to talk, sooner or later, I'm going to get you something, right? It's been 3 weeks, a month. And now when it's 2 days before an event, you finally get a text over, ironically, 24 hours after Holla's space. Don't look good. And this is battle rap. And this is why you have some of the best league owners to come through this bitch pound for pound and say, my bridge, I'm going to burn it myself. You got some of the biggest league owners as well. Come in here, year one, give you event of the year, biggest pay-per-view of the year, biggest turnout in the building of the year, biggest main event promo of the year. Stop me when I'm lying, people. Biggest, highest viewed battle rapper on the scene. Comes and gives y'all a league. Does all of this. Gets to his second event. And I got to do a fucking interview with the guy. You saw his energy last week? The motherfucker couldn't smile. He's just like, yeah, man. Damn, nigga, you good? You all right? You know what I'm saying? I thought we was going to go viral with today's stream. I thought you was going to come on here and turn up like you do with Polo and them. Nigga, by the time I got to Holla, because I'm sitting here waiting. Nah, me and you gonna do a stream later on, like real closer after the face. So we're gonna wait till last week of it. Something. By the time I got to Holla, that nigga had no energy left. I didn't tell him this. I'm saying it now. That nigga had, yeah, man. I don't know about this. Go watch the stream. This is battle rap. Go ask Rem. As much as she came in here and hey, ladies, I think y'all should get paid a certain way. You get 10 bands. You get 10 bands. You get 10 bands. Oh, you's a bum ass nigga. You get some sneakers. You get an outfit. You get this. You need your hair done. I got you. You need Pampers for your fuck. I'm not lying. And y'all fuck her over showing up without even a single round to rap. Y'all got your hands in these people's type of pockets. Y'all can't communicate with these people. Y'all niggas running off with these type of people deposits. ARP who has financed his platform on his own, his whole shit. Y'all let him get away. Y'all let Remy get disgruntled. Y'all let Hitman give y'all event of the year and have him on my stream. By the time he gets to his second event, man, like, man, I don't need this shit. You know what I told him today? Yeah, I'm going there. You know what I told Holla today? It's like, do I want to say it publicly? I'm trying to slow myself down because I'm live. Like, it's just like the real ones get done the worst. It's like the man cares about his integrity, right? So that's why he's not gonna pull the fake clown, dirty shit of waiting until y'all all buy the stream, and then, oh, by the way, yeah, Chayna, something came up. Nah, he gets it out there. That's what the real league owners do. But you want to know what? Like, the whole game is so dirty. Like, you gotta be dirty to win. So the real ones, like, it's not in us to be dirty like that. It's not in me to cheat y'all and rob y'all and steal from y'all. I don't know how I did it for 10 years. It's just be like, I don't. And shout out to everybody that was also a part of RBE as well. From Shata to fucking to Mech to Dan, these early days, to Jay Sai, to later on, folks like Winged, and Lawrence was there day one, of course. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? But what we had to endure for 10 years, I can't believe I let y'all get that much Santa Claus gifts from me. What? Shout out to my man Lex. I'm DMing with Lex yesterday and today. Right. I'm giving him advice about some of my experiences. He's telling me about his. He's like, yo, we should do a co-event. You know what I'm saying? He's a fellow Staten Islander. I'm like, yo, I'm really retired, man. I ain't fucking with these niggas like that. I'm cool. I ain't doing no events like that. I'm cool, man. He's like, man, yeah, if I worked with the type of artist that you work with, I know I feel the way that you feel, but I stay in this pocket over here. So, you know, these guys more like family and shit. Like, I get it. Some of the biggest battlers are the biggest headaches, the most unprofessional. It's disgusting. And, you know, Chayna don't have that reputation. So it's just unfortunate. Like, treat Holla the way you would treat your 9-to-5 boss. I know he don't pay you as consistent or as much, but it's about business ethics. And this is why the ARPs of the world, when y'all at me every day, I'm so honored by this shit. We need you back. We need you back. And I say, fuck no. I'm not coming back in that shit. Shout out to Hitman Holla. Them's the two best leagues right now. And they have fed. You know what you got? I'm gonna say this last shit. I could talk about battle rap forever. You know what you got to do to be a successful league owner and a league owner with consistency? By definition, you literally have to be insane. Literally. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. That's what you have to be to be a league owner for an extended amount of time. You have to be insane. Every fucking day for the last, or once a week at least, or every event for like the last how many years, bloggers talk about, oh, promotion. They still don't promote. League owners are insane at this point for asking battlers to promote. For real. Like, because look, like, how many times do we have to show it and say it and beg for it? I'm getting mad at the league owners now. Like, stop asking for promotion. They're not going to do it. Just pay them less. Right? Because if less money comes in, then less money goes out. Just pay them less. Stop begging for something that they're not going to do. 10% of your bank on 15% of your card promoting. Every fucking event, bloggers, fans, and league owners are complaining about promotion. That's insanity. Every event, that's insanity. Every event has a battle missing, if it seems like. That even the people with those representatives, that's insanity. You have to be insane to do this job. And my insanity finally ran the fuck out. It took me 10 years, but it finally ran the fuck out. Ja Morant, very, very clean transition. Nothing added. Fuck it. Ja Morant. Ja Morant. This is what the fire is about. Let's check it out.
Some form of gesture there. You can make that what you want. And then
Draymond snitching? Hey. Saw Steph's face. Steph was like, and then y'all asked me, yo, ARP, why is OJ in the fucking thumbnail? Once again, the theme of sit your ass down. Like, Ja makes how, I don't feel like Googling it right now. How much money per year? What's his contract? The man is talented, so he earned it. He earned it, but to play in the NBA is such a privileged opportunity, man. That's why these people, most of them move a certain way, right? He's gotten in trouble for this shit like twice, right? One was the gun in the car, and another one was, I mean, this right here, for anybody else, is supposed to be light work. Let's all calm the fuck down. We have different cultures. We come from different places. We have different type of gestures. I don't know why Draymond Green looks like he's snitching right there. Like, yo, what is he doing? Why he do that? Like, I don't know what Draymond's on. Like, Draymond comes from where we come from. I don't get that. But staying on on track there, like Ja Morant, like it's similar to the Young Thug thing to me. It's like you went through an extensive suspension behind your shit. Money at risk, career at risk. Whether you accept it or not, you are a role model. And on the basketball court, that's regular. That's regular shit. To be honest, if y'all are 1v1 fans like I am, what's some of y'all favorite 1v1 players? Moon is dope. I like Moon. Well, you know who the king is? It's Nas. Nas is the king, right? Who else is dope? Cam is dope. Who else? It sounds like I'm naming rappers, right? Nas and Cam. This is really the names that they got. Who else? Let me look in the chat. Some of y'all watch 1v1 shit, right? I watch them all the time, right? And let somebody hit a 3-pointer in these big 1v1s channels that are going down now, right? Scar is dope, right? Fombi is dope. I see y'all in the chat, right? The whole crowd runs up on you and puts the joint to your head. The whole crowd. The crowd, let alone your opponent. It's basketball. Friga's nice. But he just rematched Nas, I think, right? And got his ass whooped. Right. But it really is basketball shit. You know, and these NBA players, they watch the 1v1 stuff. Some of them pull up on the 1v1 guys. Kyrie Irving worked out with the Hezzy God. He's another 1v1 guy that I like watching, right? Like they pull up on these guys, they play with them, they hang out with them and shit. Some of them is in the 3-on-3 tournament, Ice Cube shit with them, right? And that really is basketball shit, but not for Ja. And I don't know if that's like basketball instinctual or if he's just being defiant. Now we hope he's not being defiant because Ja Morant, we sense that shit on each other because we know where we come from, right? So it's just like an example of that is like AI, right? AI is going to be in certain rooms that we are familiar with as well. It's the way you could see it in niggas, and Ja comes from that. You could see it in Ja. You know what I'm saying? You could see it in him. You know what I mean? That's why he probably did the little gangster bop and shit while he's in the car and shit, get himself in trouble because it's our shit. That's our culture when we in our ignorant stages, right? That's where we come from. That's how we act. That's how we talk. That's how we dress, right? I get it. But there's a switch. And the best of the best, not even just the best of the best, we're all groomed with the switch. What's the switch? The switch is how to carry yourself when the money is on the table, right? Some of y'all got different voices in your office, right? Y'all got the switch. There don't be no slang. Y'all don't say nigga when you talking to Kenneth at the water cooler during your lunch break. You don't say nigga. Even if you're talking to another black man in the office, you don't say nigga. I bet you, right? You don't talk in slang. You don't do that around your grandparents. You don't do that around your parents. You don't curse like that, right? Just like DMV doll, you are fucking corporate mode. That's a switch you hit. Let me be in one room at a crib. Let's say in the holidays, right? A lot of us spend the holidays together, and I'm not gonna lose this point. You call me every time I'm on stream. This nigga, yo, stream. This nigga called me and say, "Did you mean to send me that text message?" Nah, I'm on live, and I was showing the chat how easy it is to pick up a phone and send a quick text message. So I showed them that I really text you how fast it is. Yo, y'all hear this nigga on speaker? Y'all, this nigga called me and said, "Did you mean to send me that?"
I'm like, what? Cause I down the pump with the phone down. I'm over just zoning out. I picked it up like, what?
Yeah, what emergency ARP talk about? I appreciate you in your busy schedule. You proving my point for hitting a nigga back. Look, everybody, you see how the dots connect?
I'm in the middle of hustle eulogy, and I took time out to call you, make sure you was all right.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. We made the point in both directions, but I'm gonna hit you right back. All right. But the switch, like during the holidays, we normally like I normally spend it with multiple families, right? And normally it's over my man A crib. Like he's normally the designated Christmas house, right? It's got a beautiful crib, beautiful home. And he's got so much space as the liquor is flowing and the night develops. There's normally like pockets that develop, like over here on the patio in front of the screen or the games that's playing and shit. It be the fellas, right? Over here, it be like the grandmas and shit, like in the living room, like on the soft couches and shit, right? In the basement, running around and shit, be the kids. In the kitchen, be the wives and the women and shit. And they congregated around the island. They drinking, they talking. Everybody ends up in these pockets. And based on which area you walk in, I bet you a switch is hit and you talk different. I'm in the living room, grandma, no cursing, no talking, no nothing. Women's around, I walk into the kitchen, none of that fella shit. They walk, it's the switch. And we do it every fucking day. And Ja Morant, you can't convince me that he don't do it because I don't watch him give a million fucking post-game interviews. The switch, because you're in a place that either you need to have a certain presentation or the money is on the table. And you switch. You know what I'm saying? And not only do we have this built-in switch, but nigga, you done been through some shit that got you in trouble for this multiple times. OJ in the thumbnail type shit. Stop doing it then. You already got off. The glove didn't fit. You gotta quit it. Chill the fuck out now. Young Thug, all three of y'all. Playing with my name, all three of y'all. I just did multiple references together for no reason. Is it just me? Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the members in the building. Let me check my members out, man. Y'all talking about in the chat. Hezzy's dope, but Hezzy, he just talks too much shit. But he does it in an entertaining way. So I think they know what they're getting when you pull Hezzy on the scene. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Hezzy. But not that nigga is really not. Like he's really that nigga. Nah, ARP, Ja Morant is defined as a motherfucker with how he carries himself. That's my point. To do it, despite what you've gone through and knowing that you have a switch means that you're exhibiting defiance. It's like, that's why I mentioned earlier, like we see the AI in him. You know what I'm saying? Defiant. Like, now I'm here on the bench, half my hair out. Practice? What you mean practice? Or I'm gonna do it my way. Like, that's what AI is my favorite player. Not just on the court, but off the court. Like, I put that together. That's my nigga. I like that he did it his way. He was rebellious. I like it. Look at me on some RBE shit. Rebellious. Like, I don't give a fuck about all that fuck shit that y'all co-sign. I'm not going for any of that. I don't stand for any of that. I don't believe in any of that. I'll stand over here by myself where there's less people. I'd rather that. That's fine. I will be a true rare breed over here. But that shit over there, I disagree with. I'm straight. Like, there's nothing wrong with being rebellious or being defiant, right? But you don't do it from an ignorant place, and you don't jeopardize what you got going on. At least you try not to, especially if you've already been in trouble for it prior. You don't double back. You know what I'm saying? Like, not when that much is at stake. Some of us have made the same mistake multiple times, including me. Don't try to turn me into a hypocrite later on, because I'll put this piece of the fucking clip up later on, right? I've made the same mistake multiple times before, but it damn sure wasn't nothing that was critical. It damn sure wasn't nothing of high level, ever. Corporate mode, guaranteed. No, sir. Right. Shout out to the members in the building. The fuck are they talking about? I try to stop using that word in general, but sometimes I slip up. Which one? Nigga? Which way? I'll fuck with you by acting like I was trying to make you say it or something. What's Yellow on? Yellow, man, we gotta get you out of some of this blue attire, man. You don't see all these indictments going around? I only know that because you said that in the chat like last week or some shit like that. You said I was talking about the example of when I think my mom's riffed at me when I was going to summer school for having my leg pulled up. You said your mom's kind of realized what you was on when you sort of was purchasing the same color scheme for your clothes. Which is kind of funny. Jay, what up? I see your waist shrunk, my love. You got some bass in the trunk, my love. Who y'all talking to in here? I have somebody, I ain't gonna say his name. My homie was DMing me today. He said, you know, I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna put him out there though. I'm gonna DM him right now. You on the stream? I'm about to clown you. I would put it in the screen though, but then y'all would see. But what did he just send me? The Kanye West cover. Look at this shit. Was that him and his wife? Yeah, it's despicable shit. But he DM'd me earlier today asking me about if I knew the Twitter or the IG handles for some of y'all that's in here, some of y'all ladies. Because there's some beautiful women in here that be on these streams. And I DM'd them back. I'm not sure. You know, those are the well, actually some of them a couple of them I do definitely know the on IG, but one of my boys is on some of y'all. I ain't gonna say which ones. You know, it's dope to continue to see a decent mix of the fellas and the ladies in here, because we do topics that I like to see interactions from both. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to make this a stiff-legged joint, like just all niggas, fucking sausage fest or some shit, like then my topics would be, I would never go in those directions, but that ain't me anyway. You know what I mean? Like, my jersey is hanging up in my old high school for a reason. All right, was this a fun stream for y'all? King Divine says the judge just dismissed Young Thug's case. There you go. What did I say? I said I didn't think that he was gonna get in trouble for this, but I hope that this showed him that they will be willing to try. Miss Fanny will be willing to try to take his freedom behind simple tweets like that. So, dude, it's not worth it. But yo, good looking for that that update, and appreciate the Super King Divine. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Chill out, Reckless. I'm too old for that. Sausage Fest is 1000% a term that, if you're 80s baby, you grew up on. It means that you was going to a place or a club or a party. It was all niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's like no women there. It's like, the fuck. People will say that sometimes even about you in the club today. Like, look at your section. There's no women with you. Like, there's a fucking Sausage Fest over there. Like, that's not, y'all niggas, y'all minds be too out there. I blame Cam and Mace. All right. 2 streams today. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We out of here. I appreciate y'all as always. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you agree and disagree with, man. Hopefully we're on the same page, but it's all good. I still welcome all opinions, but sorry, it's true.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of and shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.